Hello there, everyone, welcome back to another Shiba Inu Coin video. Today, I'm going to answer the question of whether it's possible for Shiba Inu Coin to reach $1, and if not, what are some more realistic price predictions? This question was posed to Satoshi Kusama, the project manager for Shiba Inu Coin, by someone who asked him if Shiba Inu Coin could reach $1 in a day, meaning just one day, and he replied, "I'd say it's impossible because of the market cap, but nothing is impossible depending on how the token flows and how the community uses it, so when the project manager says it's very likely impossible, that gives you some perspective on how realistic it is. But first let's do the math and find out for ourselves, so let's get out the old trusty calculator and the first thin. We're going to enter in the value with what we want, which in this case would be $1, and we're going to remove from the current value of Shiba Inu, so we're going to subtract in 0.12345, and we'll just round this up to 77 in this case, and now we have this value.
Next, we'll divide by the current value of Shiba Inu in a coin once more, so 1234577, and then multiply by 100 to get the percentage increase. So the percentage increase for Shiba Inu to reach $1 would be 1200 or 12,986,9112, almost on the cusp of 13 million. It's impossible, so let's do some more math. We already know the circulating supply for Shiba Inu, and we can see it's now around 394 trillion. Let's round that up to 395 trillion. So in this case it'll be 395 and we'll need to add 12 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So 395 trillion. And since the value that we're looking for is $1, it's actually a 1-to-1 conversion. So you just multiply it by 1 and you get the exact same number. So the market cap for Shiba Inu Coin to be a $1 value would be 395 trillion. So let's take a look at the global crypto market to get a sense of scale. That is, if we look at the global crypto market, we can see that it is currently sitting around 1.5 trillion. So we need to divide this market cap for Shiba Inu at $1 by 1.5 trillion. So to make things easier, I'm going to remove some zeros and just do 395 and divide it by 1.5 to get the same times increase, which is of course going to be 263 times. So Shiba Inu's market cap is currently sitting around 1.5 trillion. Is it conceivable for a Shiba Inu to reach $1 if its market capitalization is 263 times that of the entire crypto market? It seems essentially impossible. Again, the things that would have to happen for it to reach $1 just seem impossible. Now if we get some more perspective, of course this is on rank red, these are the values they're saying. There's approximately $37 trillion in circulation in the United States. This includes all physical money, money deposited in savings and checking accounts, money in the form of investments, derivatives, and cryptocurrencies, and it exceeds 1.2 quadrillion. Now I've done a bunch of research and it seems like I can't find a very accurate number. It's a lot harder to predict, to essentially determine what the actual number is as far as how much money is in the world. But again, just looking at these numbers, it's clear that the Shiba Inu will never reach $1 as it is. Of course, there are major catalysts like Shiba Swap, huge coin burns, but we're talking over like 99% for it to reach $1 at that point because the supply is just too high. Of course, now that we've discussed the $1 mark, it doesn't seem very likely. Let's try 1 penny now. Is that more realistic? All we have to do is divide by what we got before, which was around 13 million percentage increase. We rounded it up a little bit, but this will give us some perspective. And then divide by 100 because 1 penny is 1/100th of $1, and of course that's going to give us some perspective. So, to get the market cap for 1 penny, we'll take the circulating supply, which is 395 trillion, and multiply it by 12 zeros: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, to get the market cap for 1 penny, we'll simply multiply this value by 0.01. So let's do that. To reach this value, we would need some major catalysts like Shiba Swap and things burning along those lines, Or maybe was staking and digging again, guys. This would be a lot, of course. Now let's look at my realistic price prediction as to where Shiba Inu might potentially be. It could reach around 1/100th of a penny, which I believe is much more realistic. Again, we can't predict the future. Is it possible for a Shiba Inu to reach a penny in the future? Yes, but it would take a lot. So now let's do my realistic price prediction, which is 1/100th of a penny for the end of the year. Of course, I do believe it could go higher and maybe one day it could reacquaint itself with a penny. And now let's put in that number, which will be 4 zeros or 3 zeros, which will be 1/100th of a penny. And now what we're going to do is subtract from the current value of Shiba Inu in this case. So let's subtract that 0.123457 and then divide it by that value. So 0.123457. So we'll take 0.123 and 1/100th of a penny and multiply it by the circulating supply, which is 395 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. And here we go. So let's see what the market cap would have to be. The market cap would have to be around 40 billion, which is a lot more realistic than some of the other numbers we were looking at. So 40 trillion or 40 billion is a lot more reasonable in this case to hit 1/100th of a penny, and of course it could go much higher than that. So if we look at some other coins that are extremely near to that, of course Dogecoin is right around or just over, so it's just below the 40 billion threshold. So this is much more realistic. So by the end of the year, I expect Shiba Inu to be worth roughly the same as Dogecoin. So it does seem like my prediction is more realistic relative to the 1 penny mark at around 4 trillion and the $1 mark at around 400 trillion. Again, these are very, very large numbers for the entire world, and we'd need some major. So, what would it take for Shiba Inu Coin to reach the 1 penny mark, which seems a little more plausible, surely more than the $1 goal? Well, we'd need Shiba Swap. We'd need some coin burns in my opinion, and we'd of course need staking to lock in the supply. We'd need demand because we haven't even used up the total supply, which is around 600 trillion-ish, a little less than that. Once the entire circulating supply is bought up, the coins will be locked in for periods of time in Shiba Swap in the staking and digging, which will, of course, drive up the value because the coins will be locked in for periods of time in Shiba Swap in the staking and digging. So people, I hope you enjoyed this analysis video on the realistic price projection for Shiba Inu Coin not possible reaching $1 ever, but again, things are looking excellent overall. So if you did shiver me, make sure to like and subscribe.